Hey folks, I decided to do a review on my Black & Decker yard electric corded lineup. Okay, they're all good. They've been around since the early 2000s, and I've had really no major problems with them. Okay, they're fully functional up to 300 feet of cord. They're quiet. There's no gas mix, and also they're maintenance free, almost maintenance free, just wear and tear. So let's first go to the 14-inch electric string trimmer here. I've already got the head off so you can see what's going on here. Once you take it off, it's quite easy. You just squeeze the tabs, it pops right off. You're going to get in here, you're going to line up your cord. Go ahead and take that out. You're going to line up your cord. Make sure when you wrap up your cord, it's really clean. Take your time and wrap it right, okay, right on top of each other. Then you won't get tangles in there. It's got a little bitty actuating lever in here that spits out the cord. Some people have problems because you don't do this. You don't do this, you're going to have problems. You got to put it in and then wiggle it. Make sure it's going back and forth, okay? If it's stuck, I mean like, not like that, but I mean stuck, like stuck, or it's just completely loose, you don't have it in right. So that's pretty much the only problem that you're gonna get with these. And you've got to use the 0.080 line. Once again, 0.080 line. Don't use anything thicker. Use a good quality line, and it'll last a good long time. Now, the unit will spit out a lot of line when you're hitting something really hard, thick brush, stuff like that. But even the gas trimmers do that also. But right now, it's set up for weed whacking, okay? But with this little lever right here, you just swing it around, clamp it, now you're ready for edging. It's a wonderful little trimmer. It's done me well. Like I've said, I've had it since the early 2000. It works up with about 300 feet of cord. You go a little longer than that, it gets a little weaker. Okay, let's move on to my edger. This is a Black & Decker corded electric lawn edger. And the only thing I've had problems with is the blades wear out really quick. These are 7.5-inch blades. They cost about $10 a piece. You can get them for Amazon, a 2-pack, I think, for less than what you would pay for a single. They're good edgers. This edger really makes a clean cut. It's nice, but when you hit that concrete, you know the blade is getting worn down fast, and they wear out very quick. They're easy to change out. You put a screwdriver in there. You use a 9/16 socket, and you just take them off like that. Okay, put them back on the same way. Put the screwdriver in there. Tighten it up. It's quite easy change. Just make sure you do it exactly as you took it off and as you put it back on. But I've had no problems with these. This is an early 2000 edger. It's been with me a long time. It's been fantastic. Okay, let's move on here to the Black & Decker blower. It is a corded blower. It's really reliable. Get over here, show you some of the things about it. Okay, to get the device to work for you, okay, the Black & Decker blower here, you just take your screwdriver, poke it in here. This plate will come off, so now you can change it to whatever you want immediately. But these are your blades here. This is the only problem I'm showing you right now while I'm opening it up. You see these blades right here. These are also, when you put your vacuum attachment on here, when you vacuum up with this thing, it's gonna go through these blades. So you gotta make sure when you put it back on blower function that you clean this out really good, because if you don't, it's going to go right in that snorkel there and clog it up. Bring it up to you here so you can see inside the snorkel. That will be full of whatever you've been sucking up if you don't check this and make sure it's clear. So it's real easy to check if it's clear. You can see in there, make sure these blades are cleaned out, and the attachments are really easy to put on. I mean, they're just slip in. You can see here, slip in, pop on, okay? And then the bag is pretty much the same. You're just gonna take the bag over here, pop it on, and now you're ready to do some suction. Now, I would recommend good eyewear and a mask, because this bag, when you're sucking up any dirt, is gonna come pouring out of this bag. And it's pretty nasty. But, I mean, nothing's perfect. But this thing has lasted me since the early 2000s, and it's still working, still running. It's really functional. All right, we're gonna move on to the last part here. This is my trimmer for my bushes, and it is a 24-inch corded electric hedge trimmer. And this thing is wonderful. I have cut up to 1/4-inch tree limbs. That works for me. And I can cut stuff up, and I can trim bushes really fast. I use a specialist penetrant fast acting because it doesn't seem to affect the tree limbs after I cut them. Before I was using regular oil, and it would just do something to the limbs and make them die. So I had to make sure I use something that's going to be non-invasive to the plants. Now, when it does come time to sharpening, I've only sharpened this once since the early 2000s, and it's quite easy to take apart. I use either an 8mm to take it off, all these bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts to come up, or I use this socket here, the 5/16, whichever I have available. And when I take it apart, I sharpened it with just a regular standard file, a thin one, so I can get in there. And it works really well. I sharpened them all up, and I've been cutting ever since. And I use this all the time. Every one of these I use all the time. So I'm telling you, for a corded device, these have been my most reliable devices I've ever bought. I've had gas, 2-cycle mix, and I know how to mix 2-cycle all the way back to the Kawasaki H motorcycles I used to ride. They were 2-cycle. I'm telling you, I know how to mix. And it's just, they just don't seem to last for me, okay? Maybe I'm abusive with stuff, but I've got a lot to cut. These have done really nothing but good service for me and just very minimal maintenance. Okay, it works for me. Good luck, and God bless.